Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today our target is the Arch-Tempered Godzilla!
Extra, read all about it! Arch-Tempered Godzilla, most feared creature in the new world!
What? Arch-Tempered? Send for Cotton and Ilia!
Arch-Tempered what? This is unprecedented. Cotton's already gone for recon. We'll be on it tomorrow.
What's up, my mainly masculine monster masticators? Alright, I'll stop with the alliteration. Today we are looking at everyone's favorite solid golden goat-based Jagras monster and her newly whitely golden exterior. If you like the original Call of Fight, this is for you. If you liked the original Call of Weapon system, this is also for you because we have 95 new weapons, guys. That is 7 new drops for each melee weapon and 6 for each ranged. We'll get into all 95 of these a little later on, little later on. It's hard, okay? But for now, just know that these weapons are critical, and her armor is something else. Moving on then, this fight will require you to understand the original Kulve Taroth fight, which we already have a guide for on the channel, but assuming you know all you need to know, the first bit of new information is, as with all other Arch-Tempered monsters, Arch-Tempered Kulve does more damage and has more health, with the damage part being very noticeable. ATKT will simply not sleep twice. The first sleep is easily inflicted, however, a second sleep is simply not plausible. Notice I did not say possible, as it is entirely possible the threshold is just absolutely bonkers high, but through regular play, it just won't happen. Please save that sleep for Frenzy Mode in the final phase. The only other change you'll encounter this early in the encounter is that the rock bridges do an even larger chunk of damage than they did in the original Siege, giving us some results that are not only groundbreaking, but also head-breaking. Head-breaking, not hang-banging. Who edits these damn things? The next place you will see differences is specifically when she moves to Area 2, you know, when she actually starts fighting. She now changed this vertical hot breath thing twice in a row. I'd call it a fire breath, but I don't see any fire. And she seems to move just a touch quicker if that touch was from something very big. She moves a lot quicker, but nowhere close to as fast as she does when the next change occurs in Area numero 4. Area 4. If you have broken 8 of her parts during the hunts you are on, meaning it's not accumulative throughout your hunts, you have to do it in a single hunt, in Area 4 she will attempt to enter Frenzy Mode. I say attempt because you physically can chain knock her down to prevent her from entering it, but she will do so with her classic stand on her beautiful hind legs and stand up all regally and Kulve, I can't take it, baby! Take me back! I've missed you so... Oh, God, why? Yeah, that move. In Frenzy Mode, the first thing of note is that she has new music. Look, it's cool music. Stop judging me. She moves significantly faster and has a number of new moves, including this horizontal fire sweep similar to, but significantly deadlier than, Val's Death Beam. This nergy ripoff paw slam, hey, that pushes up molten gold from the ground, and then a massive headbutt that also pushes up molten gold. Those two attacks honestly just look so gorgeous. Kulve, baby, please, I want you! Ah! But that's all that's new with the actual fight part of the fight. The new rewards, however, will change your strategy just a touch. The biggest change in the actual Kulve system is the new class of weapons, the incandescent weapons, that also adds this new rainbow box. These boxes are acquired as follows: 2 boxes for completing the Kulve's use normally, 2 boxes for triggering Kulve's Fury Mode, and the final 2 potential bosses are shoved right at you if you break Kulve's horns the first time you encounter her in Fury Mode during a siege. You can also get the new weapons from old gold boxes and even silver boxes if you get supremely lucky. But another thing of note is if you fail the quest after causing Fury Mode to happen and have to redo it, those 2 last boxes are gone. They're a goat's food and she thinks they're delicious. To sum up the actual strategy defining changes then, you get only 1 sleep, and for maximum rewards you want to break her horns in Fury Mode the first time she furies. Moving on to the actual rewards then, as I said earlier, there are 95 new weapons, and I feel like a kid in a candy store if that candy was elements and statuses. Kids, don't eat poison candy. Because these weapons all come with either crit element or crit status, depending on if the weapons themselves has elements or status on it, meaning that we may be about to see the rise of a more elemental meta where elements are much more viable for certain weapon categories. Sorry, Greatsword, I still don't think you're changing. If cool stats aren't enough for you, then you should also look at these things, because they are straight up divine. The new metallic white golden color which glows on and off like a heartbeat. God, I just want to eat you up if you weren't made of metal, and the element or status would kill me anyways. The general theme among the Kiar, I hope I'm saying that right, weapons are that they have the element already revealed, some base affinity, less slots, and crit element or status as inherent skills. The weapons are all a little melting pot of old Rare 8 and Rare 7 Kulve weapons, and the main thing that this does bring through is a nice bit of variety, as this theoretically gives strong elemental and status options for every element and status to every weapon type. And if you are looking for examples of this, it would be easier to give you a list of weapons you don't want to get. But knowing how much you people love lists and how I actually couldn't find a singular complete list and instead had to compile my own from various places, here are all 95 of the new weapons from Arch-Tempered Kulve, along with my opinions on which ones you're going to want to gun for. For you Legolas mains out there, we have the Kiar, Bow, Blast, Spark, King, Water, and maybe the Stream and Decay, but they have higher raw at the cost of some element, which makes them a bit debatable. For those who thought that a sword and shield wasn't enough, so they also turned it into an axe, you should look for literally all of them. They are all upgrades. However, keep a stronger eye out for Kiar Strong Arm, Ice, Decay, and Numb, which are a level even further above the rest. If you want to run around like an anime character, then the main thing you really want is the Kiar Dagger's Spark for a nice upgrade, but this is the one category where it gets a little strange. I mean, look at this comparison of Kiar Dagger's Water to Taroth Dagger's Water. This is the case with most dual blades. They, for some reason, actually lowered the base attack values, which makes them debatable for me, but also the value of crit elements on a weapon isn't really a set thing. Just look at this set I tentatively made with the Great Sword. All this does is prove that it can make some amazing things happen, and while the dual blades may have been shafted compared to the other weapon classes' new weapons, I think among dual blades themselves, they might just be worth getting. If you enjoy the soft yet satisfying crunch of essentially dropping a 1-ton sword on a monster, the drops you want the most are the Kiar Fell Sword, Decay, Magma, Numb, and King. Most of the great swords are iffy at best, as like this one, they come with identical raw, a bit higher affinity, and a bit lower but still freed element, and they lose their 3 slot. If you want to build towards elements, which is an interesting possibility, they are decent enough. But as expected, you really just want to stick with raw and your rocket-powered great sword! If you like to shoot while you stab, then I have some good news for you. Every single Kiar gun lance has level 4 shelling of some type, and they're all upgrades over the previous Kulve gun lances they are based on, so honestly, you pretty much want every single one. They will all be good to you at some point or time if you want to mess around with stuff, so have fun. If all you want in life is to hit things on the head and spin in the air, the weapons you want most are the Kiar Hammer, Gyre, Ice, Decay, Thunder, Blast, and Water. Just not Numb, because Barroth hammers are bae. Enjoy feeling like a big, bulky, bullet-ridden badass? The drops you are looking for are easy to remember, as you essentially want every single one. The main difference with the heavy bow guns are that they just have higher ammo counts than their earlier versions, and in some cases they have a slight decrease in attack for the ability to use tons of cluster ammo. They're all better than what the other versions are, so you're Ash Ketchum looking to catch them all. If you like to watch your partners gyrate while they decimate and clean the slate of the monster's face, the goodies you want in your goodie bag are the Kiar Pipe Crusher, Stream, and Myth. The others are simply worse than their counterparts. Those of you who enjoy spinning and have an insect collection,
what's your thing? Bugs.
Should watch yo boxes for the Kiar Glaive King, Spark, Paralysis, Ice Crusher, and Decay, but sadly not Water. You're somehow both the immovable object and the unstoppable force, but how can you improve? Well, just maybe you might if you pick up the Kiar Crest, Decay, Crusher, Thunder, Stream, or King. The others are simply not up to par with the old Kulve versions. Want to be a slick and slidey, semi-succulent slinger of ammo? Unlike your big-boned brethren,
I'm not fat, I'm big-boned.
Your ammo amounts seem to stay the same, so the only difference here is raw statistics, and comparing said raw statistics, you'll want to collect every single one of these, as the worst trade-off is gaining 10% affinity for losing a level 3 slot, which in today's armor climate is a very fair trade. If you spent your entire life studying the way of the sword, then mayhaps meta might match your mojo, specifically with a Kiar Sword, Decay, Spark, and Stream, while the others lag behind a little bit. If you think being a mighty morphing Power Ranger is the shit but hate the sound of using a shield, then the weapons you should search for are the Kiar Axe, King, Decay, Thunder, Bomber, and Stream, with Water and Paralysis ending up a bit low on the base attack side of things. If you want to be the jack of all trades and the master of still some, honestly, keep your shield arm down so you can take a stab at gathering the coveted Kiar Slicer King, Myth, Stream, Dragon, and Numb, with Blast and Water getting blown away and washed up out of the competition. Oh, Jesus, and now that that list of 95 weapons is done, just to reiterate the reasoning that I use, these are all the ones that are either straight statistically better than their counterparts, or are just interesting as a whole. So taking a quick peek at the armor, we see that there is just one piece that straight up fits in the meta beautifully in the waist, a couple of other pieces that could fit some niche roles in the chest, arms, and legs, and then there is the head. Yeah, isn't that nice? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this has been everything you need to know about Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth, and by golly do we have some farming to do, people! I'd love to sit around and talk with you some more, but I can hear them calling.
Cotton, please open me, please!
So, like if you liked the video, subscribe and hit the little notification bell for more, and most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, stay sweet.